Hey guys, Dan here. Welcome to the overview of the KDP Permanent Cash Flow Program. Now, this is just a very short video, and we're going to step back from it all for a moment and just give you a 40,000 foot overview of the KDP Permanent Cash Flow Program. And we're going to explain how this program is designed specifically to help you reach your goals with Kindle Direct Publishing. So guys, without any further ado, let's just jump right in. The first part of the system is called mental reprogramming. It is all about removing the clutter in what I call the old brain. What you need to do first before anything else is remove all the KDP jargon that you have already consumed from YouTube and other sources. Look, there is some great advice out there and I respect it, but if you truly want to carve your own path, you should definitely get involved with a professional coach, which will absolutely render your YouTube knowledge completely mute. In fact, if you retain this old knowledge, it will have you questioning things that you think you know, then going against the grain of your mentor's teachings, which will in most cases see you fail. And then you're going to be like, it didn't work, this was crap. Come on guys, this is why it is so important to clear your mind and start completely fresh when undertaking a new business endeavor or fixing a current business that's just not getting you the results. Next, once your mind is clear, you need to prepare it to take on all the new knowledge you are about to receive and actually retain it. I call this the new brain. In this part of your training, you need to learn high-performance success strategies that stop procrastination in its ugly tracks straight away. Strategies like the Pomodoro technique, for example. You also want to learn a little bit about neural operation of the human mind and strategies to brain hack your way to a success mindset. Now, this next one is very important. Learning the fundamentals of what a business actually is. So many entrepreneurs lack this basic understanding. They know marketing or one aspect of business, but fail to understand the big picture of what business is. Guys, the most important thing when entering any business is having your mind right. I know that sounds like a cliche, but I would still be a homeless man, wallowing in self-pity, if I did not focus on building actionable mental strength before undertaking any business activity. I certainly would not be here today showing you how I went from broke, homeless, with little hope to a father of 4 living his best life. So, step number 1, and this is the most important step, even before the strategy, is to get your mind right. Build an unbreakable mental toughness that rivals the person you were yesterday. And do it not through motivation, this is fleeting, but through actionable daily steps that improve your skill set, position, and status. Steps like implementing key performance indicators into your life. Practicing determination by actively seeking adversity and finding comfort in the uncomfortable. The fact that you have made it this far into today's training lets me know that you're ready for such tasks. You're ready to feel what struggle and success is in its complete entirety. You are ready for real change. You are determined and you will not waver. Once you have the basic business fundamentals squared away, it's time to attack your KDP account setup and optimization. What I mean by this is setting up your account the right way from scratch. There are different types of KDP accounts. Are you sure that you have the right type of account? This is very important. Also, you must optimize your royalty payout methods. There are different ways you can get paid. You want to ensure that you're being paid fast for consistent cash flow and also minimizing your fees and charges. No matter where you are in the world, you can get paid by KDP. You just need to use the right tools. Then we have tax. It is important that you understand tax and get this right. KDP requires your country to have an income tax treaty with the US if you want to minimize your tax easily. Now, if your country does not have an income tax treaty, you are left paying despicable amounts of tax on your royalties, leaving huge amounts of cash in the hands of the government. But guys, there are ways around this. For example, you can set up a US LLC. You can do this from anywhere in the world and it's much easier than you think. I would suggest Delaware for your state of incorporation. They have fantastic international business-friendly laws. Now, it's also very important to understand the KDP dashboard entirely. Many sellers just know enough to publish. Don't be like that, guys. This is your business. Know it inside and out. And lastly, there are a bunch of free Google Chrome plugins you can use to streamline your publishing process. At the very least, make sure you're using Book Report to assess your sales data in order to make good decisions on your next moves inside of your business. Now your accounts are set up and ready to go, it's time to talk about book creation. So the strategy for internal content production that I use, teach, and have been doing over the past decade is respectfully revitalizing old classics that no longer fall under any protection laws, and then implement other parts of the strategy to allow the refreshed titles to fall upon eager buying eyes, and in turn make you organic sales. So you're probably thinking, that's great Dan, thanks for the big secret, I'm off this training, that's all I needed, ciao. Well, the truth is, sure, you could jump off and attempt to implement a singular part of a larger strategy into your business, but knowing this single part of a larger puzzle is nothing on its own. I know, because when I first had this idea in 2012, I thought the same thing. But over the next 2 years, I realized success with KDP does not and never will be reliant on one single part of the strategy, like keywords, niches, categories, or even book internals. That's just not how this works. Instead, it relies on every single aspect of the strategy coming together to work in perfect, harmonious balance. Otherwise, you will be climbing a hill for a very long time without making very much ground. So some of the things that I cover in my coaching program in relation to this are as follows. Where to find a limitless supply of content. How to export that content in a certain way in order to allow for speed editing and the proofing strategy. And have your book quality ready to sell in as little as 5 minutes on the KDP platform. This is done utilizing our manuscript templates. We will also talk about the importance of keeping local copies of your titles and how the files alone can make you a bunch of cash. This section of the coaching program is super detailed, and following every part of the training step by step could really be the difference between success and rapid failure. Now, it does not matter what form of book you decide to work with. What is important is how you work with it. So whatever you do, make sure your strategy here is airtight. One little leak of toxic gases could fill your business, wiping out everything you have worked hard to build. So now we understand my method of procurement in regards to internal book creation, and the importance of having an airtight strategy to produce quality, desirable content. Let's now talk about taking our titles live. So this part is also super vital, and it covers many things in great detail, such as extreme simplification of keywords, niches, and categories. And guys, when I say extreme, I really mean it. I have devised a way to inject all of these so-called vital parts of success with Kindle Direct Publishing in a matter of minutes, without having to use any expensive paid tools or spend hours undertaking the seemingly impossible task of researching high search, low competition keywords, categories, and niches. It's just not necessary to overcomplicate this part of the strategy. And in many cases, this is where most people struggle. Well, I'm telling you that everything you think you know about this is just wrong. We don't have to battle against immense competition to pull this off and have success. We will also go into super simplifying the book cover process. There is no costly artwork outsourcing or huge software learning curves. But most importantly, we can create a very visually appealing cover in a matter of minutes that grabs the eye of your potential customer and draws them in. Again, based off my experience, too many gurus place too much importance on this part of working with Kindle Direct Publishing. You just do not have to make this thing so hard. It's completely unnecessary and a waste of your vital time. Look, if we are really being totally honest with ourselves, we are doing this to make a passive income and create freedom inside of our lives. Undertaking strenuous time-guzzling tasks that you really do not need to do is a sure way to stemming your progress and ultimately your success. Look, there's also much more to this part of the training, such as proofing your book, dealing with rejections, ebook creation, differentiation, and implementation, and much, much more. I could be here for hours going over this section, but for now, I think you understand the gist of what's involved here. I actually cover this in more detail when I train you in niche research in the next secret inside of this workshop. Okay guys, let's move on. So by this stage, you will know how to create and optimize your KDP account, how to obtain content and respectfully edit it to create a quality product fast. We have also covered how to upload and optimize your book to generate sales, along with cover creation, proofing, and dealing with rejections. We have also covered the ebook aspect of this strategy, meaning if you were in my coaching program, by now you should be able to take a book from concept to live on the Kindle Direct Publishing platform using the KDP Permanent Cash Flow Program strategy. Or if you have decided to try this without any help, you should still be in the same position or close to it if you have done everything right. So what now? Okay, this program does not just cover KDP. In my program, I introduce you to other platforms where you can implement this same strategy. We're going to be covering the ACX Amazon's audiobook creation platform, how to create an account, and how to create audio files free of charge. Then we will be introducing you to Apple iBooks, and again showing you how to create an account and get your ebooks live the right way, always inside of policy. And then again, the same thing for the Abe Books platform. See, so many KDP sellers forget that there are other platforms out there that can be utilized to massively increase your cash flow and in turn your freedom. I will show you precisely how to leverage these other platforms, and you can do just that for yourself. Create more freedom. Okay guys, let's move on to the next section. So a huge part of what I do is organic. If you want true passive income that is 100% hands off, then it must be organic. However, when you have consistent organic sellers, it is prudent to scale that title via way of paid advertising and effectively 5xing your profits month on month. When it comes to scale, first you must learn how to build a scale mindset. See, you need to have a certain confidence when it comes to scaling anything. Many people who get a business started do not ultimately succeed because they have that little devil sitting on their shoulder holding them back, instilling fear of success, fear of failure. Fear can manifest in many different ways, and it is fear, not lack of skill or strategy, that often holds us back. So you must learn how to overcome these fears, especially when it comes to reinvesting your profits to increase your business size. This is where fear wins out for most people. Also, inside of my coaching program, the students are privy to the secret strategy of creating multiple KDP accounts. That, guys, do not breach policy. This can allow for you to double your income and scale your current bottom line sales. We also delve into a few funny little niches that can give you further reach and increase your sales, creating scale. So in this part of the training, we cover a little nugget known as the international market. Did you know that targeting other small markets is a very lucrative way to become a bestseller? And when you get bestseller rankings, you sell more copies of your book, period. For example, let's discuss the Indian market. The competition is growing, but it is still very low compared to the US, UK, and other Western markets. The Indian book market was worth $9 billion in 2020. That's a huge, largely untapped resource. But still, in my opinion, you should focus mostly on the US. There is lots of money here. However, if you want a little boost here and there, markets like the Indian market can provide this. So how do you target markets like India? Well, you could get your book translated, but that's a very costly exercise. You could use Google Translate, pasting in 5,000 words at a time, but this is not very accurate and takes way too much time that you would be better off using elsewhere. So what you want to do is find a foreign market where English is largely spoken, much like the Indian market. It is estimated that 125 million people speak English fluently in India. Yes, that is only 10% of the population, but if these figures are right, it makes India the second largest English-speaking country in the entire world, only losing out to the US. Guys, that is massive. So in this part of the coaching program, we will be taking a detailed look at international markets and how we can all get a piece of that pie. Great guys, if you have gotten this far, then you are well on your way to creating a life that rivals even your imagination. So, too many publishers think that an ad strategy goes like this: create an untested, unproven book, publish it, run ads, and then hope to make more sales than the money you're spending. This is simply not the right way to go about ads. In my program, I teach how to assess your organic sales data, then analyze your top 3 sellers, and if they fit the program's criteria, how to run ads on them and scale your business to beautiful heights. I go over all the nuts and bolts of what makes a successful advertising campaign and show you how to build that campaign out around successful market-proven titles. You see, books that have proven market demand will far exceed any of your expectations when running ads. It's just simple logic, guys. What you learned earlier in regards to a scale mindset will help you out immensely here. It's not always easy to run ads, and in most cases you will see a loss for the beginning of your ad campaign. This is where that little devil on your shoulder talks you into pulling your advertising campaign way before your ad has had a chance to optimize and find the perfect buyers, so you can then scale. Success with paid advertising is just as much about strategy as it is the ability to block fear out of your mind and go all the way in. There is not a successful person in history that made it with one foot in the water. You need to create calculated risk and then completely immerse yourself until the wave comes in and pushes you back onto dry land and abundance. There is just one more thing I would like to mention. If you want help to expedite your success with KDP and you do decide to join the KDP Permanent Cashflow program, you will also receive 6 full months of daily coaching from myself. That is unheard of, guys. Daily coaching, not once or twice a week, but you will get assistance with your business on the very same day you need it when you need it most. So this now completes the bird's eye view of the KDP Permanent Cashflow program, the precise strategy I have used to make 6 figures for over a decade, and the very same strategy my students are currently using to grossly improve their lives and that of their families. So guys, that concludes the 40,000 foot overview of the KDP Permanent Cashflow program. Now, I think it's pretty clear that this strategy is very different to anything you've seen before inside of the Kindle Direct Publishing space. It's important to note that this is a unique strategy that's very rarely used with extremely small competition. There is quite the barrier to entry, which really eliminates the get-rich-quick seekers. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this short video and I'll talk to you all very soon.